That doesn't look too appealing.
It's got one leg sticking up right here. It's doing a frog leap. Would you like to show us what that looks like?
Here comes Cole. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
So if you go to the Botanical Gardens of Fort Worth, it'll be located at 3220 Botanical Gardens Boulevard. It was actually established in 1934.
And is the oldest major botanic garden in Texas. It is located in the heart of the Culture District. Its most popular areas are the Fuller, Rose, and Japanese gardens.
I'm Cole.
I'm Linda.
And welcome to the Please Subscribe show. We're going to the Botanical Gardens in Fort Worth. We'll be there in just a moment. And we invite you to join us, and we hope you shall. So right now we're on University Drive. This is kind of a famous area. On the other side of that bridge is a well-known restaurant called Old South, and we'll get to Old South another time. But a lot of times if you're coming from this direction of Fort Worth, you'll go under this bridge and then do a little U-ey right here. And you keep going straight, and you'll run right into the Botanical Gardens, which will be up here to the left under these two bridges, right this way. And you'll see the Botanical Gardens to the left over here, and over to the right is the Trinity River. So we'll get to that one. Hey, look, there's a Japanese festival. Okay, so the main entrance to the Botanical Gardens is right here. Remember, it was established in 1934, and the gates are closed on this side, but that used to be the old entrance. I don't know if they still use this as an entrance on University, but 32020 or 3220 is what I meant to say. 3220 is probably down this way. So that was the old entrance to the Botanical Gardens back in the 90s and early 2000s, and so it says Fort Worth Botanic Garden right there. That's where we'd enter as kids and go wild. Sometimes we'd break into the Japanese gardens, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Right, sweetie?
Right. You have.
Now you can talk. Okay, go ahead.
I've never been here before. But you have.
Yeah, I have been here.
That looks like a big clock.
That was a big clock. And we're going to go around and look at the clock. This is the Fort Worth Botanical Gardens at 3220 entrance. So this is the new entrance to the Botanical Gardens. And if you go around this way, right over here, you'll see a really big clock. And you know what? I think it keeps time. We're gonna check to see. It's 3:26 right now. Okay, we're right in front of the Fort Worth Botanic Gardens. I'm checking the time. I'm gonna look right here at 3:27, November 12th, 2021. My partner in the Please Subscribe show is gonna stand in front of the clock to see if it's around 3:26 p.m.
Nope, it's saying it's 6:58. Almost 7, but not quite 7. So, to every season there is a time. For every garden there is a season.
So we're saying the time's a little bit off.
April 6th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Read that over this way.
To every season there is a time. For every garden there is a season. A gift to the Fort Worth Botanic Garden. April 6, 1995.
So to every season there is a time. For every garden there is a season. A gift to the Fort Worth Botanic Gardens, April 6th of 1995. And this is called Jewels of the Clock. And it's a little off today.
Yep.
Actually, we don't know if it's working, but it still looks nice.
And we have... Move it?
No, don't try to move it.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Well, let's see if it moves when we leave.
That may have fixed it. We're gonna say that We got it kicking again. And we're gonna head into the garden. Let's go, sweetie. Snickles. Oh, let me get the door for you.
Sorry.
Well, at least close it for you.
It's 101 acres, I think. I believe it's 101 acres.
101 acres?
Yeah. It's free to get in, but minus the Japanese garden and minus the other one. You have to pay $12 to get in.
And the Botanical Gardens of Fort Worth is linked to the Botanical Research Institute of Texas. And there are butterflies over on this side, and this garden thing right here. It's called the Garden Center, the Botanic Garden Center of Fort Worth. And it's also a conservatory. According to Wikipedia, it's 110 acres. So, I wonder what park that is right over there. That's like the indoor garden, too.
Yeah. Oh, is that the park in front?
I don't remember if you have to get tickets for that at all. We're going more the nature route.
Yeah, I think the conservatory says you have to pay for it. The Japanese garden.
Seatbelt, sweetie. So this is called the Old Garden Road. The road that we were on was called the Conservatory. Uh-oh. I don't know if there's another road that way. Oh, I see. The way in is back through this way. They have a new entrance for those that haven't been here. You no longer go down this road. That was the old entrance back in the day in the 90s. And these are only authorized vehicles for people that work in the garden. So now you have to go in behind the conservatory. So we're turning around and we're on garden, and we're gonna turn on conservatory. So things have changed since the last time I've been here. I think in 2013, someone I know very close to me, it's Old Garden Road and Conservatory, the mother of my children and I, we both came here and we entered through that road over there, which they've closed. So we would go in behind this conservatory here. I guess we just park here. So you park here and you enter into the gardens behind there. Hey, they're from Mississippi.
They're from Alabama.
Who's from Alabama?
The next car.
Oh, really? They're from Alabama over there, and they're from Mississippi.
Watch the next one be Florida. Ah.
And that's the conservatory. Barbara Dobbins, hardy water lily. Nymphea. Barbara Dobbins, water lily family. There's Linda standing next to a frog. So when you go to this part of the actual frog garden, you'll look over here and there are two frogs. This one's called Queen of Whites, hardy water lily. I'm gonna pronounce it as Nymphea. Queen of Whites is what that's called. You can obviously see the masterpiece of that. We also have something called Inner Light, hardy water lily, Nymphea Inner Light, and that is a garden hybrid. And the second frog, which I'm gonna get a selfie with.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
That doesn't look too appealing.
It's got one leg sticking up right here. doing a frog leap. Would you like to show us what that looks like? Here. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Well, we finished up the botanical frog leap. Good one right there, leap. It was a frog leap. And we're headed to the Botanical Garden Center and Conservatory. I got a water and an Arizona bottle. She has one in a 7-Eleven green tea thing. And it's Deborah Beggs Moncrief Garden. Okay. Deborah Beggs Moncrief Garden Center. Did you say Moncrief? Moncrief? That's wisteria. It's an evergreen. Pea family. Fabaceae. What's the largest?
The garden also contains a begonia species bank established and operated to prevent the loss of begonia species. It's the largest begonia collection in the United States.
Oh, this is one of the largest collections?
No, we're not there yet. I was just showing you for the future.
Oh, okay. This is known as kaleidoscope, Abelia grandiflora. Kaleidoscope. It's a honeysuckle family Caprifoliaceae garden cultivar. It's an asexual propagated sport of Abelia. Little Richard parent plant is a hybrid between a chinesis and a uniflora. Say that 3 times. She looks a little like you, Linda. Stand in front of her. That's a very good sculpture. We're gonna see if we can get information on it. Are you doing okay reaching for the sky like that? Kind of like... You don't move much, do you? Christmas rose, Helleborus niger. Buttercup family, Ranunculacea. It's native of Central Europe. This is known as the lacebark elm, Ulmus parvifolia. Elm family, Ulmusea. It's native to China, Korea, and Japan. Be kind to pollinators. Grow Botanical Research Institute of Texas, Fort Worth Botanic Garden. How to Find a Bird, written by Jennifer Ward and illustrated by Diana Sodika. Welcome to the Story Walk. A special thank you to the Fort Worth Garden Club for their continued support of our community. This kind and generous donation makes science literacy possible for all visitors who walk and read through this story walk. So this is a story walk. Shh. Quiet is good too. So quiet you can hear your heartbeat. So don't just look up to find a bird. Sometimes you can find a bird by looking straight ahead. You'll have to have a sharp eye, sharp as an eagle's eye. Birds are the cleverest blenders of all. Of course, you can always look up to find a bird too. You can look up high in the sky where birds fly. Sometimes when you look up, you'll find birds simply sitting. If you could perch high in the sky, what might you see? If you want to find a bird, don't be tricked. Some birds are stealthy. Wait a minute, where'd it go? There it is. Sometimes you don't need to find a bird. It will find you. Hello, bluebird.
Well, I want to see real stuff. I think the birds already migrated.
And if you feed them, they will come. Sometimes birds will announce their presence when they are near, or announce your presence when they see you. Hello, Jay. Some birds can't be found at all unless you read about them. These birds are extinct, which means they no longer exist. Look, the passenger pigeon is gone. The coordinate parakeet is gone. Dusky seaside sparrow, gone. And the ivory-billed woodpecker, all gone. Dodo. Some birds do not sing songs. Instead, they chatter. What could they be talking about? But the best way to find a bird, if you want to find one, is to close your eyes. Did you hear that? Did you hear that bird? Close your eyes and listen for birds. How many different birds did you hear? Did it remind you of a song? That's the wonderful thing about birds. And that's the story walk at the Botanical Gardens in Fort Worth. Do not eat the red berries. Welcome to the pollinator pathway. Come, explore with us. Here's some information about the hummingbird migration. Hummingbirds migrate in the spring and fall like monarch butterflies. They need nectar for fuel as well as insects for protein. They must travel to places where insects and flowers are available. Hummingbirds fly to the northeast in summer and then fly back to the central South America in the winter. Here's where they migrate. These winged wonders begin migration south when the daylight hours get fewer. Hummingbirds fly alone, guided by instinct, traveling about 20 miles per day over North America. Know your natives. Native plants such as Turk's cap and flame acanthus provide just what hummingbirds need. Native plants do not require pesticides or other chemicals harmful to the hummingbirds. Insecticides are particularly harmful because hummingbirds depend on tiny insects for protein and their diets and food for their young. So here it talks about how the hummingbird have long tubular beaks and grooved tongue for lapping nectar from flowers. So they will stick their beak in the flower and use their grooved tongues for lapping the nectar. And that's how they get nutrition. I wonder if hummingbirds live in there. Hey, sweetie, how does a hummingbird flap their wings? Can you do that holding all that stuff? Here, give it to me.
What does what now?
A hummingbird. How do they flap their wings? That.
I don't know. How do they?
In slow motion. We'll take it in slow motion. Hummingbirds have the fastest flapping of wings known to mankind, or on Earth. Their wings flap faster than any other bird.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, hummingbirds? Yeah, they're like helicopters.
Oh, okay.
So a hummingbird will stay levitated above the flower and stick their beak and tubular grooved tongue into the nectar. And their wings move faster than any other bird. So this entrance is new. This is going into the conservatory. I'm gonna ask about the main garden, which is over here, which is a huge garden, which also contains the Japanese garden. Oh, wow.